Haphazard fixed-price deals are a minefield for the inexperienced. If you want to learn what it's like to be deposed by opposing counsel, try inking a fixed-price deal riddled with undocumented assumptions. But if done right, it's a classic win-win opportunity. If there's one universal truth to procurement, it's that your internal clients will be a walking manifestation of the Dunning-Kruger effect. By that, I mean that they have an inflated sense of their own commercial acumen and they don't know what they don't know. Nothing reveals this more than when they present a half-baked fixed-price deal. This video is about why they're probably not suitable for most opportunities. Let me be clear. There are only two types of deals. One, time and materials deals, and two, obscure time and materials deals. Fixed-price deals are just obscure time and materials. Let me explain. Your supplier is going to make money by providing a service at a price greater than it costs to provide it. In a time and materials engagement, this means they sell you labor at a cost higher than the wages they pay their staff, for example. These wage costs don't go away in a fixed-price deal, nor does the supplier's expectation of profit. In fact, because delivery risk is transferred to the supplier, and there's a linear relationship between profit and risk, we would expect the profit margin would be greater. So how does this work? How does 1 plus 1 equal something less than 2? How do you get the supplier to embrace additional risk and for the price to stay the same or go down? Here's how. In a time and materials engagement, the supplier is going to maximize revenue by selling you more experienced people when less experienced would do, and selling you 100 hours when just 70 are necessary, for instance. This isn't fraud, it's just wasteful or inefficient, and you don't have the experience to know the difference. However, the supplier does have this experience. When you proffer a fixed price deal, they can reliably forecast effort and ration manpower and other expenses to yield a higher margin but lower overall cost result. That's how fixed price works, or, to be accurate, how it should work. Here's the problem. How do you know the supplier is really reducing its cost to reduce price and increase margin as compensation for the delivery risk? Put in other words, how do you know you're getting a better deal? Yes, they are accepting delivery risk, or are they? When fixed price deals leap from idea to practical implementation, suppliers are cautious. They're not signing up to unnecessary risk, especially in a robust market that favors category leaders. They're going to include all kinds of obligations for the buyer, failure of which allows them to escape their fixed price delivery obligations. But even if this isn't a concern, the issue remains. What's the practical savings of pursuing this approach? This is why you should never deal up a fixed price deal from the start. Instead, you need the supplier to document an estimate for a time and materials engagement first. Then, following that, you can ask them to reconsider on a fixed price basis. If it's higher, I would be cautious. Are they putting risk premium on an inflated earlier time and materials quote? This is possible, but also maybe the initial price was lean. Alternatively, some companies just don't have a lot of latitude with their workforce. Yes, maybe some personnel are too senior for the needs of your engagement. However, they are on the payroll and they need to work. It's not like the company can exile them to some place where they're off the payroll until such time as they're needed. On the other hand, if it's lower, is the difference worthwhile? But why wouldn't it be? For many reasons. The main one is that fixed price deals need to be written very carefully, and this usually takes a lot of effort and time, and usually both those things are in scarce supply. In my experience, someone always misses something, and this gets very contentious. 2. You need complete and stable requirements, and that's rare these days. The problem with Discord at this point is that you're too far along to turn back. However, if you have the time to write a solid deal that's fair to both parties, and if the supplier is offering to assume delivery risk and the price agreeable, then fixed price is an option. But before doing so, you need to understand how the fixed number was arrived at. It's like high school math problems. Yes, you factored for the trinomial correctly, but you needed to show how you got there to get full marks.